What they found inside that locked bedroom would turn a simple missing person case.
But the real question wasn't how the man died. It was who was in that room with him.
Mason realized something terrifying. The case wasn't over, and whatever was in that room was still there. What they found proved this wasn't just a mystery. It was something far more disturbing.
Ask yourself, are you ready to find out what's really on the other side? The call no one could explain. It started like any other quiet night in Cedar Falls. Around 2:13 a.m., the police dispatch received a call, barely audible, no clear voice, just heavy breathing, and then a whisper. "He's still here." Then the line went dead. Officers traced the call to a small apartment complex on Maple Street. Nothing unusual about the place. No history of violence, no complaints, just regular folks trying to get by. Officer Mason Clark arrived first. The apartment door, Unit 3B, was locked from the inside. He knocked, no answer. He knocked again, louder this time, still nothing. But then, he heard something, a faint sound, like a chair scraping across the floor. Backup arrived. They forced the door open. Inside, everything was normal. Too normal. The TV was on. A cup of coffee sat on the table, still warm. But the apartment, empty. No sign of struggle, no broken windows, no second exit, and most importantly, no person. Yet someone had clearly been there just minutes ago. Mason checked the bathroom, closet, even under the bed. Nothing. Then he noticed something strange. The bedroom door was locked from the inside, and whatever was behind that door was the only thing left unexplained. What they found inside that locked bedroom would turn a simple missing person case into something no officer would ever forget. The room that shouldn't exist. The bedroom door didn't budge at first. It was locked tight. No key, no response. Mason and his partner forced it open, and the moment the door cracked, a cold draft rushed out. That made no sense. The windows inside were sealed shut. They stepped in, and that's when everything changed. A man was sitting on the floor, back against the wall, eyes wide open, frozen, dead. No blood, no visible injuries, no weapon. Just sitting there, like he had been waiting. But here's where it gets weird. The door had been locked from the inside. The windows bolted shut. No vents big enough for a person. No hidden passages. Nothing. Forensics confirmed it. There was no way in or out. Yet the man was dead in a perfectly sealed room. Then Mason noticed something chilling. The man's phone was still in his hand, screen on. Last call, 911. And the timestamp? 2:13 a.m. The exact moment dispatch got that call. But that wasn't the creepiest part. The phone recording had captured something. A faint voice in the background. Not the victim's voice. Someone else, saying quietly, "You shouldn't have opened the door." But the real question wasn't how the man died. It was who was in that room with him and how they vanished without a trace. The clue everyone missed. The case quickly went cold. No suspects, no forced entry, no fingerprints except the victims. The official report? Unexplained death. But Officer Mason Clark couldn't let it go. Something felt off. He went back to the apartment alone a few nights later. Same layout, same silence. But this time, he paid attention to the small things. That's when he noticed it. The clock on the wall stopped at exactly 2:13 a.m. Same as the call, same as the death. Coincidence? Didn't feel like it. Then he checked the bedroom again. He stood where the victim had been found, and suddenly, he felt it. A chill, like someone was standing right behind him, watching. He turned around fast. Nothing. But then he heard it. A whisper, soft, almost impossible to catch. "Don't stay too long." Mason froze. His radio crackled. Dispatch calling. But the message made no sense. "Unit 12, why did you call us?" Mason hadn't called anyone. Then dispatch repeated.
We received a 911 call from your line. His blood ran cold. Time, 2:13 a.m. Mason realized something terrifying. The case wasn't over, and whatever was in that room was still there.
The truth that broke logic. Mason rushed out of the apartment, but something made him stop. If this thing, whatever it was, could mimic calls, then maybe the victim wasn't alone. Maybe he was being watched, studied. Mason dug deeper into the victim's history and found something strange. 2 weeks before his death, the man had filed a complaint. He claimed someone was entering his apartment at night, but every time police checked, the doors were locked, no signs of entry. Sound familiar? Then came the detail that changed everything. The victim wrote, "I hear movement in my room, but when I open the door, nothing is there. I think it's waiting for me to notice." Mason felt a chill run down his spine, because that's exactly what had happened. The victim heard something, opened the door, and whatever was inside didn't leave. It stayed, trapped, with him. Mason went back one last time with a full team. They set up cameras, motion sensors, everything. Midnight passed. 1:30 a.m., 2:12 a.m. Then it happened. All cameras went black at exactly 2:13 a.m. And from inside the locked room, a loud bang. When they forced that door open again, what they found proved this wasn't just a mystery. It was something far more disturbing.
The case that was buried. The door broke open. Officers rushed in, weapons drawn, lights shaking. And then, silence. The room was empty. Again. But something had changed. On the wall, written in dark, shaky letters. "Now you know." No one saw who wrote it. No footage, no prints, nothing. The case was shut down weeks later. Official statement? Equipment malfunction, no evidence of foul play. But Mason knew the truth. Some doors should never be opened. He requested a transfer the next month, never spoke about the case again. But here's the part that still messes people up. That apartment? Still vacant. And every once in a while, at exactly 2:13 a.m., 911 receives a call. From inside, heavy breathing, and a whisper. He's still here. So if you ever hear something behind a locked door, ask yourself, are you ready to find out what's really on the other side? Life lesson for this story. Look, real talk. Not everything needs to be figured out. Sometimes curiosity ain't your friend. It's the thing that gets you in trouble. If something feels off, trust that gut. Don't go chasing every noise, every shadow, every what if. Because some doors, they don't lead to answers. They lead to things you can't come back from. Stay smart, stay aware, and remember, not everything hidden is meant to be found.